Hey guys, this is Jack T here, and today we're going to be going over this type of exhaust I've done to my car. Now the first things first, you need to understand how the exhaust of this car works. It has the headers which connect to the engine, then it leads down to the catalytic converters, and then to the resonators, and then to the axle-back, which is the mufflers, and then the tips. Now, what a lot of people usually do is either buy a cap back or an axle back. I personally went to a custom local shop and they put on magnaflow magnapacks, they custom fitted it, and then they did a custom resonator delete H pipe to the car. So it doesn't sound like anything that a lot of people do to their cars, but it definitely sounds really good. Gives it a nice low end grumble, and it sounds like a race car when you get into the higher RPMs. It's a little raspy, but there's no drone in the car, so I have no complaints of it. The exhaust itself is something I recommend any Mustang owner does, just because it really makes the driving experience completely different, you know? It's not a whole lot faster since I didn't get a full cap back or full headers and back. It's only like maybe 5 horsepower difference, but you don't really feel it. The whole difference is in the sound and just the thrill you get when you turn it on in the mornings, cold start, driving by. Once you get into the higher RPMs, it just starts screaming. So let's get into some clips of what the exhaust sounds like. Hope you guys like it. If you guys do like what you see, leave a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe for more. Guys, I hope I was able to show you guys what my exhaust sounds like. Honestly, when I first got the exhaust, I only had gotten the magnaflow mufflers, and it was a nice sound, especially compared to stock. But the main difference was when it was with the magnaflow mufflers, it was a lot higher pitched and it droned a little bit. I don't know why, but when I got the resonators off and I put an H pipe instead of them, then the drone completely went away. I got the H pipe because the main difference between an H pipe and an X pipe is that an H pipe has a much deeper sounding sound. It sounds more like a muscle car than a race car, if you kind of understand what I mean. The X pipe produces like 25% more power, but since I was going more for sound than for crazy power gains, I figured that the H pipe would do just as well as an X pipe. I mean, anyways, it's not really going to add crazy amounts of power. The most it's going to do is give you like an extra 2 horsepower over the H pipe. So I think if you're going with a V6, then an H pipe is definitely the way to go. Anyways, they're going to sound higher pitched. They're going to sound more like a race car than other cars are going to sound like. So I suggest you go for the H pipe. It really gives it a unique tone. The H pipe, in all honesty, was something that I don't regret getting. It gave it a lot of pops at the lower RPM. It sounded a lot deeper now. Low RPMs when I'm driving by, it honestly sounds like a GT in my opinion. Now, of course, I'm not trying to make it sound like a GT. I don't want it to be a GT. You gotta embrace the 6. But since it is a V6, you kind of try to work with it and make it a unique sound. And I think I wouldn't change anything on my exhaust. I would want it to stay like this unless I were to add something completely crazy later. Because if I want it to be quiet, it's quiet and it doesn't get me in trouble. Not on dashboard. But if I want it to be heard down streets and blocks and wake up the neighborhoods, it does do that. You can be that guy, but you could also be quiet if you want to drive by a police officer without getting in trouble, or if you just want to drive it, take it slow, if you're tired from work, you know, things like that. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.